Supervisor Wolf, again, thank you for hosting us here today.
Thank you. For the record, my name is Janet Wolf, and I presently serve as 2nd District Supervisor and Chair of the Santa Barbara Board of Supervisors. And I would like to address 3 specific areas of concern with you, some of which you have already heard. I'd first like to touch on the need for the best available technology to be used in construction, monitoring, and inspection of oil operations. As Assistant Director Black mentioned in her testimony, for the past decade, Santa Barbara County has properly used CEQA review of entire pipeline projects whenever we have a permitting role. Ideally, as part of the follow-up to your hearing today, I ask that you take whatever action is necessary to ensure that every agency and company functioning in Santa Barbara County has appropriate technology in place to avoid a repeat of the current disaster. Also, in the case of the Plains All-American Pipeline, the county is very concerned with the apparent condition of the pipeline as we saw once excavated, and we remain concerned about the status of the remaining portions of lines 601 and 603. Thus, issues of inspection and monitoring are very crucial to us as well. I should also note for the record that in any future permit applications by oil companies or anyone else, I may be a decision maker, including in an appeal. Therefore, although I feel strongly about the need for proper environmental review within the county's permitting process, I always approach each permit application on its own merits. Secondly, I want to discuss with you the future of our cleanup and coordination. The county wants to ensure that prior to leaving our area, all responsible regulatory agencies are firmly committed to quickly responding to oil that resurfaces or remobilizes in the future. We must ensure timely cleanup and have a plan in place to address the long-term environmental impacts. Most importantly, there must be a senior-level response agency representative joined at the hip with Santa Barbara County to continually share information and spearhead immediate resolutions to issues which will in fact arise. Finally, I'd like to address the unified command and the role of local agencies and the responsible party. According to the National Oil and Hazardous Substance Pollution Contingency Plan, federal agencies should coordinate their planning and preparedness response activities with affected state, local governments, and private entities. The language in the law could not be more clear, yet our experience in the past 5 weeks has told a different story. And I'm just going to break from my prepared remarks and say to Mark, Mark and I have worked together, been together on many different emergencies that we've had in the county from our many fire experiences, and there has been a unified command system set up. But as I proceed in my comments, I will tell you why I believe that this unified command system, we found quite a few issues with the way it was set up and put together. In the future, responding agencies who make up the unified command must move quickly to assess the situation and determine what is needed to mount the most effective and rapid response. From the first day of the spill, the expertise and perspective of local elected officials and senior staff were largely dismissed. Santa Barbara County Fire Department first responders, who you heard about today, were turned away from further cleanup activities after the first day of the spill. Further, when the county asserted how to best outreach and communicate with our constituents, our proposals were denied or severely restricted. Our staff frequently struggled to gather information to be able to inform local elected officials and communicate with the public in a professional and accurate manner. The most frustrating example of communication issues that we have experienced pertains to the obtaining the results of the fingerprinting of oil tar balls found in Santa Barbara. Soon after the spill, I was told repeatedly that the results would be available within 5 days. On June 5th, after subsequent requests were ignored, our CEO sent a letter to Unified Command to request the results of the testing. Formal requests were again made to Unified Command on June 8th and June 15th. Finally, We were told just early this week that the testing results are part of the investigation and will not be released. Then, interestingly, some information was released on a few tests from Manhattan Beach. Now again, I'm going to divert from my prepared comments because at 1:18 today, my staff saw a press release from Plains that was posted on EdHat, and the title of this release is Plains Releases Tarball Analysis Results well, I don't know if they're all the tarball results, but they certainly start from the period of the spill, May 18th, and it moves into June. So after being told that we couldn't have any of the results, that we first could get the results, then we were told we couldn't get the results, here they are published, and no one in our staff, no one that was in Unified Command knew about these results coming out today. So definitely there is a breakdown in communication. County officials remain perplexed about the role of Plains in Unified Command, another issue that was brought up. Their role, while not clearly defined, seems to extend far beyond the intent or spirit of the law. They are embedded in every aspect of operations and meetings that even I, a local elected official charged with the overall health and welfare of the community, was not permitted to attend. As an example, at press conferences during the first several days after the spill, Plains executives provided overt messages and were given free rein to make whatever statements or representations that they wanted, while our county officials' statements and comments were scrutinized. The county ultimately submitted a letter to Unified Command suggesting ground rules for press conferences, requesting only issues of response and recovery be addressed. We understand that Plains has a job to do, and they are free to speak to their issues. However, a Unified Command press conference is not the place for them to conduct damage control. Additionally, early on, Plains requested and succeeded in closing the press conference to the public. These tactics in communication with press and public were and are contrary to the county's values and traditions of transparency and public access. It is our strong recommendation that in any Unified Command structure, there are established ground rules among all parties for all aspects of response, including communications. We would also urge that there be a definition and limits placed upon the role of the responsible party. Please remember that the local government was here before the spill, and we will be here long after everyone has left. Therefore, it is critical that our voice and our values and our concerns be heard equally and consistently throughout the response and beyond. In closing, I do want to express my sincere appreciation to all who have given their time and extraordinary efforts to help our county recover from this tragic incident. I look forward to the outcome of this hearing and ensuring that tangible actions are taken in the future to prevent spills and improve the overall response systems. And I thank you very much for giving myself and the county an opportunity to speak today. Thank you.